Bless up, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Isabel Rose. And in this one, Mark Golding ruffled a whole lot of feathers when he spoke out at the meet and greet in New York of media bias and media buying out. And we've seen the Press Association president as well as JLP and former PNP commentators calling for apology. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Notification shout out goes to Anthony R. Big up yourself, Anthony. Thanks for the continued support, each and every one.
So and I'm just touching quickly on those things. I mean, there's a lot. I could speak on every area if I needed to, agriculture and many other things. But essentially, we have a very difficult task ahead of us. Yeah. But if Jamaica doesn't get a change of government now, I don't know what kind of state we're going to be. You know, because we have a corrupt government and a power-hungry government, and they're supported by the elite, and the media is bought out by them too. So it's not an easy road to trod the road that we are treading, comrades. It is not going to be easy to get them out because you know the news, the things that we put out don't get covered. You know, even today, there's a poll being run right now. It's a independent. I think it was paid for by some business people. A Don Anderson poll. The key metric in any poll is voter intention. Who do you intend to vote for? That's the key metric. Today they published it on a Saturday, which is the lowest sales of any newspaper day. When it shows that the PNP is 5% ahead. You know, we were at 9 at the end of September, so we have come off a bit. The Labour Party hasn't got any of that. They are where they were. It's undecided that have grown. In the meantime, they have had their conference, they have had the Spark program, they've had the Reserve Income Tax Credit, which is essentially a $20,000 grant to over 300,000 people. They've just been spending money to try and get themselves back to where they were. And we have been a bit cautious in putting out our ideas because we have found on multiple occasions that they tend to be appropriated by the Labour Party. And then they're so powerful in the media and their communications is so strong. It's very difficult for us to set the narrative to show that we were really the originators of that idea. And so we are trying to time our release so that we don't suffer from that. But in the meantime, we have held our own in the polls, and I think when we start to now reveal what we intend to do for the people, we will see the growth. I'm glad that you mentioned contract work. No, it was Sophia. The contract work issue is a big issue in Jamaica. You know, where a lot of our employees are working for years on short-term contracts with no job security, and the benefits that Michael Manley fought for and introduced are being deprived from them. And of course, wages in the tourism sector was also mentioned, and we had a series of strikes in the last quarter of last year by hotel workers who are not unionized because of those very issues. And you know, we have been advocating for a joint industrial council for the tourism industry where the workers and the employers and the government sit in a joint meeting and hammer out a basic set of minimum standards of terms of employment like we have in the construction industry in Jamaica. And the security guards need it too, where there are masses of employees and no representation. And as a result, you get very oppressive conditions prevailing. So these are some of the things that we need to do in the spirit of the liberators in this room. God bless you all. Thank you for having us. And the word is love.
There's a QR code that circulates where you can make a deposit. Yes, we have some QR codes here.
I would find it really and truly egregious if there is any belief among any government or opposition that a media landscape in Jamaica, as diverse as we are, can be bought out. I don't know how you buy out the media in Jamaica. We're too diverse, we're too independent. If you buy one, everybody going to know. If you buy all, everybody going to know. So, I understand that. The accusations that the government has bought out the media is is a pattern that we are seeing in the political landscape where both not just the opposition, but both major political parties increasingly resorting to undermining the media credibility when coverage doesn't align with their interest.
When you are confident, you don't complain. You acknowledge where the difficulties are. And it wouldn't be the first time that we've heard a party leader say it's going to be difficult or say to their supporters, it's not going to be easy. But this was not said in the same way and in the same tone. He really was complaining. And he was complaining from a very defeated place. He was coming from a place of feeling that he was wronged and that he's being set upon and being marginalized in a way, that the JLP is not being. And we have to be honest about it and say that he said some things that were also blatantly untrue. I mean, the PNP has dominated the news cycle. I remember when I was at a particular news station, the PNP dominated the news cycle.
If you look at the history of media and politics in Jamaica, as far back as one can go, this is par for the course. Both political parties, when it suits them, have launched various attacks against the media. I think in this case, though, Mr. Golding needs to apologize, and I'll tell you why. As was pointed out by Lenina a while ago, he ought not to have made such a statement in another country, especially a country such as the United States, where we know what's happening there now. Secondly, he was overly, I mean, you can't make such a sweeping statement. I mean, if he had said some persons or some media, one could perhaps understand, but for him to make this sweeping statement that the media has been bought out, it's most regrettable, and it covers all of us. It is a self-defeating statement, because if at this stage, when according to the polls, although there has been some amount of decrease in the PMP's overall fortunes as well as himself, but there is still some kind of positive trajectory and all the everything is put together. Why then would he want to make it look as if the PMP and himself are in a state of desperation? Because that is how it sounded to me. And that is unfortunate. I mean, go out and do the work, go out on the hustings and do what you have to do. This statement, I think, suggests as if you're almost throwing in the towel or about to throw in the towel.
So because the People's National Party president spoke the obvious, all of a sudden we hear that he is desperate. We heard that he must apologize. And we know a whole heap of them swaying, a whole heap of mainstream media swaying the news only for the Jamaica Labour Party side. We have a JLP FM, and we see him run out with interview with the president of the Press Association of Jamaica. And if Mark Golding never clocked them with a stone, them wouldn't have run out. Only when you fling a stone in a hog pen, the one that is guilty of getting that hit, and him going to end up ball out. So we know what they're doing. Them shove the most important news out there under the carpet, and them swaying the media to have this political thing you're going to make it look good on the government side. We see what they're doing. So because Mark Golding took it international, at that ruffle them feathers, at that have them a run up and down because they know it is true. And at the end of the day, he didn't specify a media house, he didn't specify any of them. So why them run out and a ball out? Nadine Spence has no moral authority to call out Mark Golding. She is a staunch Jamaica Labour Party supporter. We don't need no eyeglass to see that. Right? And Mark Golding will not apologize for his opinion or for what is evident out there. And how can a man who is in the lead in the polls be desperate? Does desperation look like this? Those media houses who are taking offense to it, they need to go and sort out their taxes that they owe. Billions and billions of taxes getting a whole lot of write-off from government. And that them figure talk about and that them figure sort out. When a Jamaica Labour Party MP spoke of specified media houses and pinning them towards the People's National Party, did the PAJ come out, did commentators come out and slash that MP? No.
As you got the assurance, it's very easy, you know. I didn't mean wishfully, but sometimes destiny and things happen. You never ask for it, but it shows itself. And may I say, in that might drop, must say what I have to say. The media and the PMP destroy Edward's Lyad. The media and the PMP destroy his rule. The media and the PMP is their intention to destroy the greatest leader the nation I said before, I said years ago, I was classified by some of them. The cleaner company and Asia, their ultimate aim is to destroy unfairness and the political party. The cleaner and Asia has never published or worked anything. To the Jamaica party level, we can never do anything to suit them.
But then think that Mark Golding is weak fence, so them feel like say anything that he says, they have the right to come out and say that he must apologize. Apologize for what? Apologize to who? ABR family, me you now say. Then come to think of it, if Mark Golding should apologize for what he states is obvious to us Jamaicans, what would they say about this current government, such man, and the members of parliament and the atrocities with them cause on the Jamaican people? What should they do? They must leave our parliament. Jump on the 2 cents in the comment section, me you wanna say. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel on the road to 30k and beyond. Help me to get there. Get this video to at least 5,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.